We often imagine life after death as a glowing essence, a soul, slipping out of one physical body and dropping into a brand new one. This changing clothes metaphor feels very intuitive because we experience ourselves as a continuous identity moving through time. The Buddhist tradition explicitly rejects this mechanism. It denies the existence of an unchanging soul that travels from life to life. Assuming a fixed essence travels between bodies misrepresents the core mechanics of existence described in the Buddha's teachings. This stems from the doctrine of anatamavada, or no self. When asked exactly what gets reborn, the Buddha often refused to answer, focusing on the experience rather than defining an underlying thing. This creates a very difficult logical puzzle. If no permanent identity travels from life to life, then rebirth requires a completely different explanation. This leads us to a difficult question. If there is no permanent you, why care about the consequences of your actions at all? The answer lies in the Buddhist definition of karma. It operates as an impersonal law of cause and effect driven by intention or volition. Consider a moment of anger. Speaking with hostile intent creates an immediate, observable ripple in your environment. This choice also leaves a secondary, hidden mark. Every intentional action deposits a predisposition, a latent seed deep within the mind. This seed acts like a compressed file within the stream of consciousness. It waits for the right conditions to sprout and dictate future experiences. Karma functions as the architectural blueprint constructing your future reality. This happens through a process called dependent co-arising. It views a human being as a dynamic, interconnected series of mental and physical events. Think of an ocean wave. The water molecules stay in place, cycling in a loop. What moves across the sea is kinetic energy and momentum. At physical death, the accumulated momentum of your actions, your karmic energy, carries forward. This momentum, fueled by ignorance and craving, strikes a new physical form to ignite a new life cycle. While nothing identical migrates to the new body, the new life remains a direct continuation of the causes generated by the previous one. Buddhist texts suggest that rebirth also happens on a much smaller scale. It isn't restricted to what happens after physical death. Because a being is a process of attachments, you undergo rebirth every time you shift from one craving or emotional state to the next. The mechanics operating between lifetimes are active in your mind right now. They are driven by ignorance, desire, and hatred. You are currently living inside the engine of rebirth, dying and being reborn thousands of times a day. The cycle of dependent co-arising acts as a self-sustaining engine. It runs as long as it receives the food of human craving. While a static soul would be trapped by fate, a continuous process of cause and effect allows for intervention. Applying mindful attention and refusing to act on cravings sabotages these causal links. It starves the engine of its power. Breaking this cycle is the central goal of Buddhist practice. It aims for the cessation of the suffering found in endless rebirth. Your actions carry weight because your daily, fleeting choices are the literal architects of your endless continuum.